Have you ever wondered why so many Indians are moving to Canada? Let's discuss all the reasons in this video. If you are planning to come to Canada, you can book a consultation from this website with the licensed immigration consultant. Let's continue with the video. You know, India is by far Canada's leading source of global talent. In 2021, 405,000 immigrants were invited to Canada, and out of which 1/3 were Indians. In addition, Canada invited 450,000 international students, out of which half were from India. There are around 10,000 immigrants who moved to Canada under temporary foreign worker program, and around 130,000 got work permit under international mobility program. High number of Indian newcomers arrivals can be explained by combination of international and domestic factors. International factor is that India has the growing middle class population, but at the same time they have good education, they have good language skills, work experience, and at the same time the fund which are required by the express entry system or any other immigration plan by IRCC, they also have that. So these attributes are important for all Indians who are looking to move to Canada, whether it's permanent resident, foreign worker, or international students. Another international factor, you know that getting permanent residence in US is close to impossible. So people who look for getting permanent residence in US and they are not able to get that, they look towards Canada. That is another reason why so many Indians are taking Canada permanent residency. For most of them, their first preference was always US. Now let's talk about domestic factors. You know, in the past from our videos that Canada Immigration Ministry have been making so many changes in the immigration plans to make it very easy for the immigrants to come to Canada. So these policy changes worked in favor of Indian origin immigrants who were planning to come to Canada. So you know that in 2015 they introduced express entry system, which worked in Indian origin favor because I mentioned all the reasons: work experience, language capabilities, funds, education, etc. All the Indian candidates were able to score high basis these points. And you know that English language capabilities plays a very important role getting the CRS score high in express entry system. So Indians have high level of English proficiency as compared to other countries, so they get significant advantage over other. In addition, IRCC launched SDS, which is Student Direct Stream. It was launched in 2018. Basically, it allowed all the eligible Indians to fast track their studies in Canada. All the Indians who meet these criteria for SDS can get their study permits very quickly. SDS also has higher approval rate than applying for a study permit through the normal pathway. Now you know that all the students who are coming to Canada, most of them are planning to get the PR here. So first they get study permit, then after completing the study permit, they apply for PGWP, which is post-graduation work permit, and they work in Canada. They get some more score in the express entry system and PNP program, and mostly they get PR in PNP program. So this is the whole cycle, and that is why so many international students are coming from India, and eventually they are getting the PR. Another domestic factor, now you know that if so many Indians will be coming to Canada, that will create some culture here as well outside India, that increase prevalence of Indian culture across the country. And this helps new immigrants who are coming from India feel like home, and in turn it support their integration and settlement. So anyone who is traveling from India to Canada, be it international students or permanent residents or work permit, they need to get Canadian number. But now you can get Canadian SIM delivered to your home in India only. So you can sign up for the Canadian SIM. I will give the link in the description. You can order the SIM before even taking your flight to Canada. You can get the SIM delivered to your home. You will have peace of mind that you will be able to give that number to your family members or friends in Canada. It will have Canada-wide coverage 24/7. Good thing is there won't be any contract, but at the same time you will be able to build the credit score, which is very important in Canada. You will need internet data, so it will have that as well. Plus it will have unlimited calling Canada-wide. It is very affordable and there is no setup fees. So if you are planning to come to Canada, or you're coming as an international student, or your friend is coming to Canada, give them this link and it will be very helpful for them. Let's continue with the video. So as per Canada's census 2016, there were around 1.4 million Indians residing in Canada, and it will be much higher when next census will happen in 2023 or maybe. But we know as per the trend, the numbers are looking strong. Indians are moving to Canada at an increasing speed. This year target is 432,000 immigrants, and in 2024 2024 it will be 450,000. So just imagine, we talked about that half of them were Indians. So just imagine how many people will be moving from India to Canada. But there is no quotas for international students who are coming to Canada. So just imagine, there is no cap on that. Although there is a cap on how many PNP express entry candidates they want to invite. That is the reason almost 250,000 international students were invited last year. And now, you know, all the restrictions have been lifted off as well. The traveling will be easier. That was another reason why so many people moved to Canada this year and later half of last year. Another reason is, if international students are coming to Canada in order to get the PGWP and in turn they want to apply for the PR, they have to be in Canada. They cannot do online studies and then apply for PGWP and avail the scores. So that is another reason why in Canada doing their studies and then applying for PGWP and getting the work permit and PR eventually. So these were some stats and numbers which justify why so many Indians are moving to Canada. But let me know your thoughts. If you're watching from India, what is your perspective? Is it good to move to Canada or not? We have made so many videos, but what are your thoughts? If you have any question, you can comment down below. And if you're planning to come to Canada, you can book a consultation from here. And do not forget about checking the Canadian SIM offer. It might be helpful for you or your friends who are planning to come to Canada. See you in next video. Good luck.